Hi, I'm Queen of Wrestling. Today I'm joined by Melissa Santos.
What's up, guys?
How are you?
I'm good. Finally, we're doing this.
Yes. So my first question is, what
Okay.
made you decide to train to be a wrestler?
Train to be a wrestler. I originally started with WoW Women of Wrestling. So the original reboot. So now there's been many, I think not many reboots. There's been, so the original Glow, and then you had WoW in the early 2000s, and then the first reboot is where I came and I trained. So originally I wasn't ring announcing, I was actually wrestling. And then this happened, which I'm happy doing too, so yeah.
You're great at it.
Thank you so much, thank you.
So what's it like working in the wrestling industry?
It's different every single time. There's not one thing that I can say is the same. So it's definitely always keeping me on my toes. In a good way, most of the time.
Does it get hectic?
It does. Even trying to get this going with us today is sometimes difficult because I'm also juggling the rest of my life, which I'm an actor and I do voiceovers and I'm a mom, so it's juggling this and that. But it's fun though. I like it. I like multitasking. I'm not the best at it, but it happens and I'm able to do it somehow. And
it's a superpower women have.
It is. It's weird. We can do this thing. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Mm-hmm.
So you had a match against Doomfly with your fiance Brian Cage.
Yes.
What was that like, and what did you take away from it?
I had a headache for a week. It was intense. They were not easy, if you will, on me. That was probably the most intense match I've ever had, even with WoW. I'm only tagged, actually, so I don't even know what I know what a singles match is, but I've never been in a singles match, so I'm always used to having that, which was the one comforting thing, knowing that he was in the ring with me. But it was really challenging, but I had a good time. Yeah.
It was one of my favorite matches.
Oh my gosh, thank you. You have to say that. I feel like it's because I'm right here and everyone's watching.
No, I always, anytime I talk to people, I'm my favorite match has been Melissa and Brian versus Doomfly.
Thank you. It was when I didn't want to watch it, actually. Everyone's you should watch your match back and see it. And I'm no, I don't want to watch it because I was really insecure about it, honestly. I was oh my gosh, I bet it sucked. And then when I watched it, it was actually not too bad. I was actually pretty impressed with myself. I'm okay, I look passable, it worked, I had some pretty sweet gear on too, so made it look like I was full-fledged wrestling, so it was good.
My grandmother always brags about you, Melissa handles herself so well, and she looks so classy.
Oh, thank you. And I try. What you guys see is me, so it really is, yeah.
So was it hard to train and get back to your pre-body after you had the baby?
Some people might hate me for saying this, not really. Because I trained the entire time while I was pregnant. I think that had something to do with it, really. I was used to training before, so I kept that same discipline even though it was harder. And I had a healthy pregnancy, so not everybody can do this, but my pregnancy was pretty straightforward, healthy. Beginning, I was nauseous, I had the cravings, everything. So I just made sure I incorporated the discipline I normally have not pregnant into my pregnancy, and it worked. So 19 days later, I didn't have any pregnancy weight at all. I was back to normal. My body composition was different. My muscle tone was definitely not the same. However, I was I don't think you can tell I had a kid. Besides the little brown line that you get on your stomach, you wouldn't be able to know that I just had a baby. And I think it has a lot to do with just my discipline before. So yeah.
Do you have any tips for any wrestling mamas who have babies and want to get back into the ring?
Just do it. Just do it. These are really good questions, by the way. These are fantastic questions. I always say just do it. And if you're afraid, just do it. I always do everything that I'm afraid to do. If something really scares me, I most likely am going to do it. And you might not tell that I'm scared, terrified doing it. Even with ring announcing, I originally was terrified. With Lucha Underground, I'm okay, I've done hosting, but I've never ring announced. And it was very quick. I went from auditioning to shooting in front of a studio audience within 2 weeks. So there was no real training per se. So I was terrified, but it worked out, and now I'm being interviewed by you, and I get to hang out with incredible fans. There's fans are coming in right now. We're at Bar Wrestling right now, so and I get to enjoy this. I get to I don't know. It's my escape, I guess now. So.
So what's something you really enjoy?
Like in wrestling or just in life?
In general, what's something you really love doing?
Like now, gosh, nothing. Like being at home and doing nothing after doing all the things. So I'm always like running around. What I really, really enjoy is like really now is spending time with my baby and spending time with Brian. Actually, this week we get like a whole, like I think almost 2 weeks together, which never happens because he's always gone. And then when he's back, I'm always gone. So he's watching the baby and I'm auditioning. I'm in LA. So it's gonna be good for us to just kind of like just take a step back and just enjoy ourselves. So yeah, I'm gonna do a whole lot of nothing and I'm gonna try not to eat all the pizza because when we're together, I crave all the food. That's our favorite things to do. Like just hang out, do nothing, and eat pizza and hang out with my baby. So I'm gonna just try to dial that back because I have a lot of TV tapings. I'm doing Impact now, so I have to dial down certain foods. Again, the balance is the discipline, right? When I have to do it, I have to do it. But when I don't,
you're like, it's all the pizza.
I get all of it and all the sweets and yeah. So.
So what's one of the worst parts of traveling, but also the best parts of traveling?
The worst part of traveling is actually the traveling, the actual like getting in a plane, getting out of the plane. A lot of times, well, not a lot of times. You are at the like. I mean, if I'm getting on a plane, I'm basically at, I don't know how to say that in English for some reason, it's coming to me in Spanish, a la merced, basically, like, you have no choice but to just deal with what you have going on. If the plane is late, then it's late and you're just sitting there. So things like that, delays, we have a certain level of status now, so it's like more than half the time we're like flying first class, which helps, right? Because we've flown so much. But even first class, I'm like, I'd rather not be in a plane. I wish I could just like snap my fingers and just be in like Chicago or like be in like Australia and not have to deal with it in between, because that's always like a burden. It really is. TSA lines, your luggage being lost. One time I was in Chile and I was doing a tour there with Hugo Sadnanovic. I can't say his last name, but we were out there doing a tour in Chile and it was so much fun. And I ended up having no bags, no nothing. Like they lost my bags in Atlanta when we connected, and I had nothing for 5 days. Literally nothing, like only the clothes I had on my back. So those are probably the negatives of traveling. So, but then I get to see all the fans and everyone who is super sweet to me. I've never had any issues. All the fans are amazing anywhere I go. They're nice to me so far. I have no heat as of now, I would say. So.
So what do you enjoy most about ring announcing, and do you think you personally have shown that women are capable of doing both wrestling and ring announcing?
What I love about ring announcing, I love the people, I love entertaining, I love the love that I've received right from the get-go. The wrestling community is they're very honest and very straightforward. If they don't like you, they don't like you, and if they like you, they're very, very, very like expressive, and they let us know all the time. So I would say that's probably one of the best parts, is just being with the fans. And your next question was,
do you think that you've showed that women can be capable of doing both?
Yes, I would say so. I wouldn't consider myself like a full-fledged wrestler, because I don't do it as much, right? But I take a bump if I have to. I'll take a Canadian destroyer if I have to. And I don't object to certain things. Because I'm a team player. Honestly, I come from a very creative background as an actor, so all of it is creativity to me. So if we can create something amazing and call it wrestling, I'm totally down for it. So yeah, whether it's a mic or a super kick, I think I can balance both. It's fun.
You're good at both.
Oh, thank you.
So who's someone you would love to wrestle?
God, I'll keep it like super indie, because those are my peeps. God, it's hard. I would honestly. God, I would love to wrestle two people. I would love to wrestle Taya. That would be amazing. I just feel like it would be because I know her, and we've been friends for a while now. I think the chemistry is super important. Yes. And I would love to wrestle Ivelisse. I don't see her as much in the indies anymore, but Ivelisse is always been like right away like probably one of my favorite wrestlers at Lucha. And when I saw her, I thought she's gorgeous, and she's super fiery, and she's incredibly talented, and she's all those things that put into one. And I like that. I love that fire about her. Anything she does, you just believe everything. So
As I was asking the question, I thought Ty would be a really good matchup for you
Yeah,
too.
yeah, it would be great, and I just think we would work really well together. So maybe in the future.
Would you ever like to do intergender wrestling?
Intergender wrestling, I don't hate. I just think it has to be done a certain way. It has to be tastefully done. I'm all about women's empowerment, and I'm all woman power. Clearly, you know that I do all the things. So I believe that women can do everything. I just think that it has to be done tastefully. Like Brian's really good at putting together matches that are done the right way, like what he did with Tessa and Jordan Grace.
Yes.
It has to make sense because in real life, you know, Jordan probably couldn't take out Brian. So I have an issue when a female goes over clean sometimes. That's it. So again, the psychology of it needs to be really there. That creativity needs to really show through the match in order for it to make sense for me. But, you know, like I said, I feel like girls can do everything, but sometimes, you know, I don't think I could physically take Brian in real life, so outside of the ring. So it has to make sense. I'd have to do something bad to him and be a little sneaky, you know?
Like a low blow.
Yeah, some sneaky needs to go down, but that's what I'm saying. So it can happen. So again, the psychology needs to be like spot on in order for me to like love it. So.
And finally, word of advice for anyone who wants to be a wrestler.
I'm always going to say just do it. If you want to do it, just do it. Don't make excuses. And that goes for anything you want to do. If you want to be an astronaut, if you want to be whatever you want to be, like just go for it. Don't have any excuses. Get out of your head. Don't listen to your mom. Don't listen to your dad. Don't listen to your uncle or the neighbor down the street who says it's impossible. No, these people, there's a reason why, and your parents love you and they only do it. If they say maybe you should do something else, it's because they do it out of fear. They want you to have something super stable, and entertainment isn't always the most stable thing. So, but just go for it. Like, you only live one life, and just do everything, you know, just go for it. Who cares?
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
you're
It was
welcome.
amazing. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Thank you. Thank you, guys.